Bears. Day for the dollar bulls. In fact, a great week for the dollar bulls. We have a 2 week reversal here. Yesterday, I said if we start clearing 98.50, that's going to confirm it. So this is a move I've been sitting around waiting for a month or two while we've been going sideways. The next hurdle is going to be up here around par 50. So you have to buy dollar weakness. There could be rallies from certain levels. Maybe the pound bounces from sometime next week around 33. You got to sell rips. Oh yeah, the long yesterday did not work, minus 60 pips. But I've been long Canada from the bottom. It's been a nice trade. I was all the way down at 570, so it's a couple hundred pips. And I've been long Dixie from 98 forever. And, I'm still looking for 102, 103. So, it's not late. You could finesse an entry. Here's the one that, I'm most pleased with was gold. Never, even though we had that rally, while the dollar was, not weak, but, sideways. So it wasn't taking up any liquidity. Here's gold. Another breakdown. I think this one is going to hold and that we're going to be headed lower. And this channel line's coming in around 37.30. I think that's destiny in the gold. The gold silver ratio, I said, had to get back within its channel. It did it today. Tried it yesterday. So, I'm looking for an upside breakout here over 64. It's going to take us to 80. Which means that silver, just like today, down 8%, with gold down $100, down 2%. The gold silver ratio is working. In fact, who would have thought 2 days ago we'd be negating a breakout at the 78 level, which is what's happening, I think, in the next month or two, that we're going to be trading sub 50. We'll fine tune it once we get down there. Also, platinum, which had some people nervous, back beneath the pivot, and I believe that platinum could fall to 1400, 1300 during this stage of the dollar rally, right? It's all one market. When the dollar's heading down, everything heads up. When the dollar is heading up, most things head down. So the dollar looks good. The metals on the short side look good. Even copper, which really had a nice rally, is having a pretty negative day. Maybe you're going to have a chance to buy it at support, or maybe it's going to be worse than that. What really had me believing there'd be a dollar rally, the scenario was higher yields, higher dollar, and then lower everything else. So all the way up here, I've been talking about that we were going to get through 450, 460 was a target. We get through 460, then you're talking about pressing 5. So anyway, this was a great call. Also, if I must say so myself, here are the bonds trading down here at 84, 83.96. Oh, there it is, a little dot. So it's not just the UK that's having trouble with their bonds or the Japanese that's having trouble with its bonds. We're almost at the bear flag target that I talked about and measured 82. So we're less than a couple points away. Could probably be there early next week and we'll see. But I don't think a lot of people were real bearish on bonds. They've been trying to buy them. I've been trying to warn against it, that owning bonds during wartime is the worst vehicle or sector to be in. So I don't think it's over, even though we're at 455. Let's see what happens at 460. 2 year, same thing. TLT, like I said, there were 83, 87. That's a huge gap, isn't it? And the fact that bonds are gapping everywhere, I don't think is a good statement for the basically the integrity of the market. Look at all these gaps. So bonds never used to trade like this. It's almost like a penny stock, isn't it? And they just diluted it, probably with more treasury borrowings coming up. All right, let's take a look at some of the energy. So nat gas broke out, okay, on its third attempt. It finally got through, this level here, pulled back, tried to hold it. It did nothing wrong. You could probably call it, not probably, call it a 2 week breakout. So this was a nice little bottom pick. You have nice partials if you want to take them, because this was a candle that I talked about when we were live, and then the right shoulder here. So you have money made. Um, Looks good. Can't argue with it. Now let's get to some of, well, Bitcoin tried to rally yesterday, giving it all back. Looks ugly. Can't be long when the dollar is this firm and yields can compete. You get 4.5% on your money. So that's about even with inflation. Who knows? You're probably still losing money on inflation. But Bitcoin, I've been talking about, it hasn't made a new high. See what it does down at 72. We have a big gap in semiconductors. Almost looks like it's an island there. Uh, let's take a look at NVIDIA's giving some back. It's really been an outperformer, which is the opposite of how it's been. And the ones that have really been the huge performers have been things like Micron, down $44. That's an island too. So real negative action in the most loved sector on the board. And I'll get to the S&Ps in a minute. I think that's about it. Yeah, let's talk S&Ps. So we almost have a reversal week here. There's a 4 hour, pretty ugly. We still could have a reversal week. Depends how we finish by the end of the day. We're about unchanged on the week. So my view is, with this being the top, I have a couple support levels. Here's the wedge line that it accelerated through. That's going to come in at 7,100. And then if we get through that, we could be looking at 68. So pretty nice break that we're having in these markets. And I have been pointing out for a few weeks that the Dow never made a new high, never took out this high. I've been putting out that the Dow has been diverging. There's been a glaring divergence at new highs. We have, you could call it a 1, 2, 3 drive to a top formation. Now it's back at this pivot. This should open the door for a nice correction in the bonds, in the Dow as well. And this is where the safer money goes, right? When they don't want the high beta tech, they go to the Dow because it's pretty liquid. The big stocks are in there. I also want to cover what's happened in grains, because that's pretty important. I know the Chinese agreed to buy some soybeans on this trip, but they look heavy to me. Corn looks heavier to me, and wheat, which made a new high, is giving it back. So what I've been talking about for a few weeks was that there's going to be a better entry sometime around late June, early July. I'll be looking at the solstice. It's about 5 weeks away. We'll see where these grains are at. If they take them down because of a strong dollar, I think they're going to be a great trade for the second half of the year. Super El Nino building up in the Pacific. Last USDA report showed damage and early freezes in the wheat belt. I'm not sure how planting went with corn and beans, but it's acting like planting's going okay. But what we have, if there's wasn't enough fertilizer, is initially lower yields, and then the growing season in the Midwest, if an El Nino pattern repeats like it has, not always, but has in the past, we're going to have a lot of dryness during the growing season this summer, which is going to stress out an already stressed crop. Um, Same thing in sugar, just want to touch on that because I still think there's going to be a nice buying opportunity. We retraced all the way back to this level, but the last couple of days set it up. Um, I'll be looking for buying opportunities there. And that's a wrap. King dollar. When the dollar is good, nothing else is. When the dollar is bad, buy the world. Invite everyone to come in here and check out our posts and what we're doing in here. We have a real nice community, over 1,300. I'd say about 100 are pretty accurate, active, posting their ideas. So, between videos, this is where you could find out what I'm thinking, what Mike is thinking, and our membership, which have some excellent traders that have helped me over time. So have a great weekend. And, if we're patient to wait to buy the metals, and I'm getting tweets from people that say they've been, counting on this call. Here's was my analysis looking for 103. So here we go. And patience paid in this particular instance. So have a great weekend. I hope I'm adding value. I'm not always right, but I am always adding value. Okay. Because you probably have learned a few things from me over the years on these videos. In fact, let me pose a question to you. Leave a response. What's the most important thing you learned from listening to me over time? And have a great weekend, everyone. Remember, don't just count your pips, count your blessings.